Samsung releases 2 new foldables and possibly the best true wireless headphones this year. Xiaomi releases the iPad Pro, mipad 5, mipad 5 Pro, and mipad 5 Pro 5G. And we have the first under-display camera in the world unveiled, coming from Xiaomi. Hey guys, my name is Mitchell. I'm fluent in tech, so you don't have to be. And if you're new here, on Friday, I like to summarize some of my favorite tech news from the week, break it down for you guys in an easy and simple way to understand, give you some commentary on it. And as always, today's video is sponsored by TechFluent. It's a current project I'm working on, and I'll have links to all that stuff down below. Maybe one of the most shocking things about this week's Samsung announcement was the fact that Samsung is going to be moving the Samsung Z Fold lineup to be a Galaxy Note replacement. And this is something that I commented on during my live stream, and it's something that I personally feel quite strongly about, being someone that currently owns a tablet, being someone that owned a Samsung Galaxy Note 5, and being someone that just loves to make things and use tech in a productive way. I saw and live streamed with you guys on Discord and here on YouTube the Samsung Galaxy event, and something struck me very interesting with the announcement of the Z Fold lineup. Samsung is aiming the Z Fold lineup specifically at productivity, but a lot of the advancements that we had in regards to the Samsung Z Fold came about in the new One UI 3.0 software update. Now, for people that don't care necessarily about using a stylus, I'm wondering about whether or not these updates are going to come to the Z Fold 2. The Z Fold 2 does have a larger battery than the Z Fold 3, and although the Z Fold 3 supports a stylus, you're going to have to use a separate case for that stylus. And if you want to have the same added Bluetooth functionality that you had in the Galaxy Note series, you're going to have to buy an external stylus that charges over USB-C. In my opinion, trying to push the Fold device as a productivity monster is a big mistake. That's because battery size didn't go up. We didn't get a huge improvement in cameras. In fact, in some ways, the Z Fold 3's cameras are worse. And although it has IPX8 water resistance, we're not really seeing this become the do-it-all productivity beast that the Note series was in the past. On the other hand, the Z Flip seems like an excellent replacement for the Samsung Galaxy line of devices. Being that this phone does have good cameras, although not as good as the regular Galaxy series, it does feature a smaller form factor and a high refresh rate display, along with other refinements to the Z Flip design and features. Ultimately though, with a 3300 mAh battery and the lack of a truly fast charging system, it's still hard for me to recommend a Flip device to most people. The product that Samsung launched, which I think is awesome though, is going to be the new Galaxy Buds 2. Now, I reviewed the original Samsung Galaxy Buds, and there are some improvements with the Buds 2 that really make them more of an AirPods competitor. The fact that now the Buds switch seamlessly between your phone, tablet, and watch, along with the ability to work with a Samsung computer, means that this is going to come a lot closer to giving Samsung users the AirPods-like experience on Android. On top of that, you're looking at 5 hours with active noise cancellation, 7 hours without active noise cancellation, and 20 hours complete with a Qi wireless charging case, some fun colors on the inside of it, and what Samsung says to be amazing microphones for calls. As always, the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 are going to work better with a Samsung phone because they're going to utilize some weird tweaks and kind of customization in regards to having a codec that works better with Samsung devices, whereas that codec and that type of audio transmission will not be available for people on other devices. That said, one thing I have immense respect of Samsung for is the fact that their Samsung wearable audio app is compatible with all devices, so you can do things like change parameters, change EQ, and customize the controls of those headphones from any device. And on top of that, those changes stay when you connect to a different device, which I think adds a lot of value and truly makes the Samsung Galaxy Buds kind of the only competitor that we have right now in regards to user experience for the Apple AirPods and the Apple AirPod ecosystem. The next announcement we had this week was from Xiaomi, and it was the world's first camera under display, or CUP, camera under panel technology, with the Mi Mix 4. Now, the Mi Mix 4 is going to be Xiaomi's top of the line engineering device. That said, when we looked at the actual specs of the Mi Mix 4, a couple of things stood out. First is that under display cameras will inherently always suck. I talked about it on my live stream, and if you want me to do a dedicated video about that and about the under display camera technology and why it's not something I ever want, let me know down below. That said, it is the first phone in the world to feature that, 24 hours before Samsung introduced it on the Z Fold. What really disappointed me though in regards to the Xiaomi Mi Mix 4 was the camera system, which is the same HMX camera system with a 1.9 aperture lens that we had on the Mi Note 10, Mi 10, Mi 10 Pro, as well as the Mi 10T Pro. And I was just hoping to see a top of the line camera on the Mi Mix line of devices, but I think what it really does is tell us that the Mi Mix line of devices isn't Xiaomi's flagship, it's their engineering flagship. Kind of in the same way the Z Fold isn't necessarily a flagship performer, but it is a feat of engineering which will lead the way for other advancements and other new technology. I would give both of these phones the award of amazing technology that I would never personally buy. Next up, and one that I want to go into a little bit more depth in, is the Xiaomi Mi Pad 5. Now I want to shift the attention to the Mi Pad 5 as I look at my notes on my Mi Pad 4, running stock Android because Xiaomi abandoned support for this a while ago. The Mi Pad 5 is going to come in two variants, a Mi Pad and a Mi Pad Pro. The Mi Pad Pro you'll be able to get with 5G or without 5G, and the starting price for the Mi Pad 5 is going to come in at right around $300. Now there's no word yet of whether or not there's going to be a MediaTek version, a Snapdragon 765 version, or a version that's meant for the international audience, because these tablets right now are China only. I wanted to go ahead and give you guys the specs. We have an 11-inch, which I think is a great size for a laptop replacement, 2.5K, meaning 2560 by 1600, 120 Hertz LCD display, boohoo LCD display, HDR10, Dolby Vision, 10-bit color, which is nice, true tone and blue light protection, which means it's just going to adjust the color temperature to your ambient light surrounding you. It's going to have 4 surround sound speakers. Now the Mi Pad 5 is going to have a Snapdragon 860, and then the Mi Pad Pro is going to feature a Snapdragon 870, so an 855 and an 865, respectively. Those have just been kind of renamed. The Mi Pad regular is going to have a 13 megapixel rear camera and an 8 megapixel front facing camera with facial recognition. Xiaomi is saying that they have optimized over 300 apps. It's not clear how many of these apps are going to be specific for the China market though, because these are launching, and if you're looking to get a Xiaomi iPad Pro competitor, this probably isn't it. The Mi Pad Pro is going to feature a 13 megapixel rear camera as well as a 50 megapixel rear camera, along with a 5 megapixel depth camera. It's going to feature, the Mi Pad 5 is going to feature a 8,700 milliamp hour battery with 33 watt charging. So So it's going to be the same charging that we have on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, Mi 10T Pro. It's just Xiaomi's 33 watt charging. Now the Mi Pad 5 Pro is going to feature the 67 watt charging, and that 67 watt charging is the charging that can be found on the Poco X3 GT, which is a split battery cell design. Both of these devices are going to be featuring an optional magnetic keyboard cover, as well as a built-in stylus support. Now, the question of whether or not you should get these is a 100% resounding no. Do not get them. This is why. Right now, there's a big fight between Chrome OS and Android. We have phones like the Galaxy Fold that are going to be close to this size, and they're still running Android, which is essentially like a small tablet. Google wants Android on a larger screen experience. Google wants the large screen experience to be Chrome OS. They don't necessarily want it to be Android OS. So for the Z Fold, as well as the Mi Pad 5, you are going to be limited to getting maximum functionality using optimized apps or using the native apps from Samsung as well as from Xiaomi. If you are hoping that the optimized apps are going to be for a Western market with the Mi Pad 5, you are going to be mistaken, because this is a China-only device. So while you will be able to have advancements in multitasking, you're not going to have the same array of optimized apps. And so for a lot of the Mi Pad 5 stuff, it's going to essentially be a big phone. What I mean by that, let's say you use Google Docs, you use Google Drive, you use Google Photos, you want to be able to type stuff up. Google is banned in China. The idea that you're going to have a tablet optimized version for your Mi Pad is insane. Maybe we'll have some productivity stuff from Microsoft, but that's why if you're looking to get the Mi Pad 5 outside of China, I would say don't wait for Xiaomi to launch a tablet outside of China, which is a bummer. But essentially, my Mi Pad 4, even brand new, there wasn't much difference between that and the UI of the phone. So that's that. Let me know what you guys think. Till next time, it's Mitchell. Peace.